All right, well, we're live.
Hey, everybody out there in Wrestling Cab World.
That's Joe DeBest.
Joe DeBest, Wrestling TV, is with us today for some SummerSlam predictions. Woo! Woo!
All right, Joe. Introduce us. Well, I think Joe's paused up a little bit. Either that or I'm just deaf. There he is.
There he is again. A little bit. Hard to hear him.
There, Joe. Hear you a little bit.
Little tiny bit, man. Something's happening over there.
We always got a bug here and there. It's all right.
It's usually hard.
It was really clear for a second. It's almost like we gotta let things catch up.
Right?
Get it? Why is it yours even on?
So because it's not on my phone. It wasn't quite over
Sorry. There you are.
A little bit more.
A little bit.
Yeah, Joe DeBest makes or having a problem. I don't know. Everybody in our chat that I can see, can you guys tell us? Can you hear us? Okay, I know Joe's having a little bit of issues on his side, but can you tell on ours if you can hear us? Okay. That's okay. Well, I'd rather just ask the people out there. So.
Get them engaged.
We do have some people in the chat. I can talk to them a little bit while Joe's trying to figure out what's going on over there. I'm not sure what's up. We do have Walter with us a little bit. We have Sophie and Jamel McGee out there. Hey guys, we have NWO for Life. Hey, how's it going? That's Ryoto. We've seen it before. We have Christopher Hernandez with us again. Thank you for showing and hanging out with us. I'm glad you guys can hear us. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
He's working on it. He's getting there.
Just getting his stuff together, guys. You guys all ready
He is
for?
waving.
We see you, Joe.
Giving the old wave.
You guys, yeah. Sorry, Walter. The noise in the background is our neighbor aerating his yard.
Joe said some words.
Joe said stuff. I heard Joe. A little bit of Joe out there.
So, can you hear me?
I heard part of that.
I can hear you, but it's glitching quite a bit.
But we're getting there.
So it's almost like you have a stutter. I don't think a chicken like that.
Why does it have to do this?
There you are.
There you go.
I heard that.
I heard that clear as day.
The old SummerSlam predictions. Yeah, I do feel you though. I have no idea why it's doing it for SummerSlam. It's alright, we can figure it out and come back in a half hour or something too. I'm looking at Joe, and I should be looking at the camera.
You're like, what's going on over here? No, that. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Let's see.
Hopefully we're not too pixelated because it is pretty dark out here.
I don't know. It looks pretty damn clear on my phone. Jacob says your audio is hella choppy. So our audio is choppy also? That's what we want to know. Because other people say that they can hear us fine. That's what we want to know. Because other people say that they can hear us fine. That's what we want to know.
Sounded fine to me.
Thank you for looping that in 500 times.
Just moved in until if I turn it down.
As Walter says, he can hear the rooster. Yes. Stupid rooster is back there, everybody.
We keep the roosters around because...
Are we good now? Are we good?
Wow, yeah.
Totally can hear.
I think so. What was happening?
Besides
Let's
that.
take a...
I guess it's
Well, we were good for a second.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of
Okay.
nice. Okay.
What is it?
Yes, Sophie, we would definitely invite Joe to our house. He could come to our house today. If
I will literally pay half of his plane ticket if he wants to come here.
Right?
Doing his YouTube thing and get a work visa. Stay for a week.
Right? I don't think you need to have a work visa to do that, but...
Yeah. Take him up through Yellowstone.
Right?
Old Jellystone National Park.
Showing bears and stuff.
Bears.
So the Usos will win and move on to another team. Sweet.
Yeah, I think it's time for the Usos and the Mysterios to move apart from each other.
Whatever. I think they should just have them together all the time, forever and ever, and ever 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 and ever.
Yeah.
I think it's a great feud, and I think they should keep
we
it
need-
going as long as
They need to bring back
Seth
the
Rollins and Rey Mysterio
and Rey
feud.
eye for an eye match.
I think that feud was great. It lasted for like 5 years. It's perfect.
All right, guys, we're gonna go for just a minute, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, we'll be
That
right
way
back,
we can
guys.
try to figure this out.
And Joe, a little bit of a Yay!
All right, so we are live with Joe DeBest, Wrestling TV.
Yay! Hi everybody, we're back again.
And Wrestling Gap community, forgive me for for what just happened. Forgive me so much for that. And of course, Joe DeBest, forgive me for all that technical issues. It is what it is, man. Like we always say, it is what it is.
But you're amazing, so don't worry about it.
Yep, it's great. And we get to do our show.
Yes, we do.
Woo!
Gonna do some predictions for SummerSlam.
Joe, what did you think of CM Punk's big return last night?
It's a great move, man. Vince McMahon is gonna wake up from his old age, right there, thoughts. So he's gonna
He's gonna be like, oh shit, I better do something.
Exactly, man. He's gonna do now. We're in a week of total excitement of wrestling. Incredible matches, incredible segments now. So this is great.
And now
this
we get
awesome.
a pay-per-view. WWE's got to do something fantastic tonight.
Of course,
Do
totally.
you think that that'll really change anything they're gonna do tonight?
They have to. They have to do something.
Possibly Brock Lesnar.
Right, Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch, domination. Like, I mean, it's time to bring in the big guns, and they can't put anything off.
Right? Yeah. I don't know. I could see Vince biting his tongue. But that's just me.
I'm excited. You ready to get started, Joe?
Ready for some predictions?
Let's go, man. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm just doing the the incredible just setup to make sure everybody looks
All right.
good on the screen.
All right, well, we'll definitely get started then. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us again with Wrestling Gab and Joe DeBest Wrestling TV. We're going to do some WWE SummerSlam pay-per-view predictions today. It's going to be fan-damn-tastic. Hopefully, I have those in a good order that you want to go with. I just kind of threw those ones there. I did that and that.
Yeah,
and that.
I'm sure
I did the
it'll all work.
Universal and that went last.
That's fine.
That one, okay. All right, so I'm going to go in order of how I just have them written down. All right.
This is no indication of the order of the actual show.
What? It's not. I thought I was so good at guessing that it would totally go this way too. All right, Joe, here we go. First match that we're going to talk about, I'm going to throw out there is Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie. Oh, Joe. Oh, who do you think's going to win this? What do you think's going to happen?
Just start it off first with Travis.
Oh, you want to start out with me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. And Alexa Bliss wins this, hands. There's no. I don't even understand the whole point of this, other than.
Oh, he wanted you to go first.
It sounded like it. Started out with Travis, so yeah, Alexa Bliss. I don't even know if this Abigail storyline or whatever they're doing, what's her name, Lily storyline is going to keep going. I don't know if people have lost interest in it. It just feels like it's very forced at this moment.
Right. So, what do you think over there, Joe?
Eva Marie. I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss.
Okay. All right. Well, considering all the disrespect that Eva Marie has thrown out there towards Bliss, I kind of wonder what's going to really happen is, I kind of think what's going to happen, almost to a certain degree, is Bliss is going to take over Doudrop, and Doudrop's going to attack Eva Marie.
That'd be interesting.
So I'm going to go with, of course, Bliss winning, but I think that she's going to, like, have power over
something supernatural
over Doudrop to throw out there for the stuff. So that's mine too. What about people in the chat, everybody? On your side, Joe, you got people talking about it?
I've got people, of course, already starting in to talk about it. David says Alexa Bliss will win. Thomas right here says Doudrop is gonna turn on Eva Marie and, of course, join Alexa Bliss. Christopher says, of course, I am going for Alexa Bliss. Jamin says, of course, Alexa wins, as simple as that. Just like Eva sucks.
All right.
She looks good at sucking, though. I'm just saying.
Right? She may suck, but she's looking pretty good at doing it. And I'm pretty sure she'd look good from above, too.
Oh my
anyways,
God.
so...
Just say.
Just say.
Oh, still more coming in through. Gregor Jones says Alexa Bliss for the win. Clifton right there says even what?
Ooh,
Yeah,
big fan, huh?
Bringing out the big guns for the predictions. Vince is going to turn his company around with Eva Marie tonight.
It's definitely what's going to happen.
All right. Is anybody in ours? Yeah, that's...
So wrong. So wrong.
Are you good on your side, Joe? Did you catch everybody?
Yes, Christopher Hernandez right there replying, of course, Clifton says, you're such a clown. Wow. Because of picking up Eva Marie. But it's all good. I'm done on my side now. Oh, Mega Flint. Hey, how you doing, man? Welcome.
All right.
Okay, I'm done. Back to
we do have Thomas Akers in there saying the only thing that WWE could do that would help is bring Bray Wyatt back. That's his thing of how they could help. Everybody threw out, Brock and stuff, but that was his. All right, anyways, Christopher Hernandez says, of course, going for Alexa Bliss. I think he said it on your side. Sophie says Alexa Bliss, and Tom Akers is going with it. Dewdrop is going to join Alexa Bliss. So that's pretty much what we got going on our side, too. So Bliss is going to be the main favorite, it looks like. Interesting. All right, moving on. Since we asked Travis that one, we'll go with the next one. All right, we're going to go Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal. All right, Joe, on your side, what you think?
Man, I don't know. I don't know what they're really planning to do with with Drew McIntyre right now, but it's crazy. It's crazy that I feel like Jinder might pick up a victory, but I don't want to go with him. But I just feel like he's going to win.
Right.
But again, looking at who the person is Drew McIntyre. I'm just going to go with Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre is going to win this. I don't see any other option. I would like to see Jinder Mahal win because I like Jinder Mahal a little bit better than Drew McIntyre. I like the gang that he's in. I like the whole crew there. But definitely going to go with Drew winning.
Right. And as much as I am not a Drew fan, I hate him immensely. But I do like Jinder Mahal, and I like his character, and I like what they're doing, but I'm not sure exactly why they're still pulling this whole Drew McIntyre thing. It's kind of getting old, and it needs to just stop. And if Drew wins this, maybe it will. Maybe Jinder will move on. I don't know. But I'm going to say that with WWE standards, they're going to push Drew down our throats until we choke on him some more. So that's probably who's going to win.
Yeah. Most definitely.
So, yeah. All right, everybody in our chat and, of course, in Joe's chat out there, tell us what your predictions are and go for it, Joe. What are people in your chat saying?
Yes, I've got David right there. David says, I'm going for Drew McIntyre will win. Thomas says, Drew, of course, match will be boring.
Yeah.
Wow. Gregor John right there says, Drew McIntyre wins. Javen says, Drew McIntyre wins. Christopher Nani says, Drew McIntyre is winning 100%. Clifton says, oh, okay, that is something else. C-Nation right there, a shout out to you. Let me see. Clifton says Drew McIntyre for the win. Fijal, you're talking about Roman. We haven't reached on Roman yet, but yes, we will talk about that in the of course, the main event. Thomas right there. Okay, I'm just looking for who is picking up. Christopher Hernandez. Okay, Javen. Oh my God, I don't know. Where did I stop? Javen says Drew, of course, squashes as simple as that. Fijal, shout out time, thank you. Okay. Jonelle Jackson says I got Drew McIntyre winning, even though I kind of course, don't care about this match. Wow. Thomas says, of course, Jinder won't be here for, of course, long. He has, of course, a couple of matches, then leaves again. There we go. So most of the people here are going for Drew McIntyre. I haven't seen anyone choosing Jinder Mahal for the win, so basically, Joe the Best chat is going for Drew McIntyre to
and
win.
the one person in our chat probably was in your chat too. Christopher Hernandez said Drew McIntyre is winning 100% and done. Okay, we'll move on to the next one then. All right, so the next one, the match we're going to talk about is Seth Rollins versus Edge. Travis, who you got?
Edge. I feel like if Edge doesn't win this, then what's the point of having Edge even come back? I mean, obviously, I would like to see Seth Rollins do good in this match and them to do something great with Seth moving forward. But I feel like tonight is Edge's night.
That he's gonna get his pump primed. All right, Joe. What's your prediction?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Of course, right there with my guy right there. Of course, Edge has to win. There wouldn't be no point of Edge losing on Roman Reigns, then losing on Seth Rollins. That would be so bad for his career, also for returning back. So definitely, Edge has to win, and he's gonna win. I'm total 100%. Edge is gonna destroy Seth Rollins
and make his life miserable.
Absolutely.
All right, so as somebody asked last night before we were completely gone, if I like any wrestlers, and it sounds like I don't, but I actually do like a lot of wrestlers. I just don't like old men coming back and taking over what young guys should be doing. So, but again, it's kind of like Drew McIntyre, right? They're like, oh, look, he's back. Let's shove him down your throat so much, and you can choke on him until you all die. And that's how I feel like they throw Edge at everybody. So I'm sure that he'll win because God forbid that any other talent gets to, be pushed or win or anything.
What's the point of bringing Edge back if he's going to lose every time?
He doesn't though. He won against Randy Orton. That was the greatest wrestling match of all time. The greatest. And he won. So how is that bringing him back and he loses all the time?
Well,
he didn't lose there. He beat up Roman Reigns and all them. Yeah, he may not have won at the end, but he beat all them up and put them in their place and made them rethink how they do stuff with their family. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's getting kind of like, meh, to me. That's me. But anyway, so I'm guessing that WWE will definitely throw Edge down our throats some more. So I'm looking forward to that. Yay for me. Anyways, Joe, on your side, who you got? What you got in your peeps? What your peeps talking about? They excited about Edge? I'm sure they are.
Definitely, man. People excited about this match. Clifton says, of course, come on now. I have, of course, the drip god, Seth Rollins. Thomas says, of course, I want Edge to win, but Seth is going to, of course, take this match. That is from Thomas. Christopher says, of course, Edge is going to win. David says, of course, I'm going for Edge. Will win. This one, I'm 100% he's going to win. Gregor Jones says, of course, I hear Rooster.
Yeah. It keeps the basilisk.
Yeah, no basilisk if anybody's a Harry Potter fan.
David Wonder says the Broad Edge is coming. Of course, watch. Another comment coming through. Let me see, God. C Nation says, I think Seth Rollins will win. Edge doesn't need the win. Clifton says, well, of course, I want the drip god Seth Rollins to win. Jerry's like, nah, of course, you all are clowns. Jonelle Ryder Jackson says, I got Edge winning. Christopher Hernandez, of course, right there says, why would you pick Seth? Of course, Ravana Clifton. Greg is like Seth Rollins. I got, of course, Seth Rollins for the win. Thomas says, I picked, of course, Seth because Seth is the future. Edge will be, of course, gone in a year. Okay. So basically, right there, shout out to you one more time. I think this whole thing right here.
I mean, and that's bold, right? I mean, and the thing of it is like, there are people who have been with Seth since he was with the Shield, and so they're huge fans, and he's been there, and everything like that. And so, like with Edge and his hiatus, and I get it, he had an injury and blah blah blah, and he had to come back and everything. But it's like you're just trying too hard, buddy. Like, just retire in style. Like, you could have just retired in style and been done. And instead, it's like I have to make a comeback, and then they have to treat me like I'm glass because I might get hurt again. So, we'll do all this fun, weird stuff, and then I have to win. I don't know. To me, it's pathetic, but that's just my opinion. Anyways, Christopher Hernandez in our chat is the only one who says Edge is winning. So there you go. And we're done. Okay.
And not a lot of people in our chat talking about wrestling.
No.
I said not talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just having the chat.
No, there's like nobody in our chat, so nobody is predicting anything in the chat. Anyway, so we'll just move
like
on.
There's 5 or 6 people in there. They're just not talking about wrestling.
Right. We have Roberto in there. It's like SummerSlam Saturday. Awesome, Roberto. Well, catch up with some predictions and give us your answers. But we're going to move on to the next, what do you call those? Matches. Oh, that's it. Matches. All right. The next one we're going to talk about is the Raw Women's Championship. This, of course, is a triple threat. We have Nikki ASH, which is our champion, versus Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. And how fucking tired am I of seeing this? I don't know, but I am. Anyways, Joe, on your side, what do you think is going to happen with this Raw Women's Championship?
To be honest, this is one hell of a tough one to predict on because I'm confused. I don't know if Vince McMahon is still going to continue with the, the superhero gimmick of Nikki Ash and letting her win or retain. It's kind of tough. It's kind of tough, totally. But one thing I'm going to say is that I don't see Charlotte winning. That is number one. Charlotte Flair cannot win because of her dad. The dad left, so there will be no that much of, WWE trying, of course, to push her because of the dad. So I feel like Nikki Ash is going to retain. I'm going to go with Nikki Ash. Retain.
That's definitely a bold prediction right there. I don't see Charlotte winning it again because she just had it. And it's also hard for me to see Rhea having a 2-time title run in just a few months.
True.
Unless they're planning on pushing her just like they did Charlotte, where she has the title for a few days, loses it, gains it back, loses it, gains it back. Yeah. But I don't see them doing that with her. So, I mean, the logical choice would be with Ash. But I don't know if I want to go with Ash. So it's so tough. This is probably the toughest one every time I look at it on paper.
Well, I'm glad I stuck it at the beginning.
It's really tough to decide. It's very tough to decide.
It is. I feel like Charlotte's going to do something to Rhea, and they could keep that feud going, and then get the Ash out of it.
Right.
I mean, it's tough. I really do not want to say Nikki Ash to win this, but I almost have to.
Okay.
So yeah, Nikki Ash. I'm going to go with Ash.
Okay.
Or ASH.
Right.
Go with all that Ash.
Okay. So this is what I think is going to happen. So Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, we know, can't work together, and Nikki's not going to work with either one of them. So I think what's going to happen is something's going to happen where Nikki's kind of like out on the skirts or something, and Charlotte and Rhea are going to go after each other and just fight and fight and fight and fight until somehow something happens and Nikki wins.
Kind of like a Money in the Bank cash in.
Like, it's not really like she really gets the pin or she really does anything, but she retains her title and that's it. So yeah, I think that Nikki's going to retain the title. I don't know so much if triple threats work like regular matches or if they're more like what do you call those other
There's
ones?
no disqualification.
No disqualifications in a triple threat. No. Yeah. So I mean, so I'm just not sure, or something will happen where Nikki gets the pin, but it's going to be because they beat each other up so badly that she comes in and takes advantage of the situation or something. Or she cheats because she's almost a superhero, right? So she's not really a superhero. She could be a super villain for all we fucking know. And she could cheat to win. We don't know what. I mean, she could just be.
She can do the superpowers, and then we see.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that they're going to keep Nikki as the champion at least through SummerSlam and everything, and that that could change. But if they're going to change it, they're going to have to push somebody else at it because we're getting tired of seeing the Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley after the title. If they want to have fights on their own and have their feud and whatever, that's fantastic. But I'm tired of seeing it after the title constantly. Just kind of let Nikki be what she is and let it go for a little while and have, your children fun and then, reevaluate who you want to have take it over after that or have her become a bad guy or something. Jesus, something needs to happen. Anyways, but that's just how I think it's going to happen. But, all right, Joe, on your side, what are people saying? Who are they going for?
Okay, I can see, of course, here on the chat, Javen right on the chat says Nikki Ash, no debate on that. I can see David says, of course, I'm going for Nikki Ash. Will, of course, retain the title. Brandon Johnson says, of course, Nikki Ash for the win. Clifton says, of course, Nikki Ash for the win. Vijal is asking, who is winner? Yo, we're just predicting. Vijal, we're just predicting. We're not saying that
the pay-per-view is later tonight.
We're just making a guess.
Yes.
for later in the morning for you.
Right.
Thomas right there, of course. Thomas says, let's go Nikki Ash for the win. Jonelle Jackson right there says, there's one person, of course, I don't want to win, but I feel she's going, of course, to win. It's going to be, of course, Charlotte. Wow. James, of course, no debating. Nikki wins. Gregor right there. Thomas says, Eva has no chance. Oh, we already left about Eva. Christopher Hernandez, of course, no Charlotte, no replay. Nikki Ash will win.
Well, wow. We know it's a unanimous decision.
So everybody's going to Nikki Ash.
And the one person in our chat who's hanging out with us, we appreciate everything about you, Christopher Hernandez. Thank you. He's going for Nikki ASH also. So in our chat, that takes care of our predictions of what people are guessing, which is fantastic. Yeah, it is kind of just the whole situation, like I said, it's hard because what they're doing is just it's not exciting, and it's just kind of like predictable. All right, so we'll go on with the next one. The next match we're going to talk about is the Smackdown Women's Championship. That is, of course, Bianca Belair, our champion, versus Sasha Banks. This is still on the match card, so I'm expecting this to still possibly happen. There have been kind of talks that this may or may not happen, but it was still on the match card as of this morning, so I'm going to say that that is still happening. So, Travis, who do you have?
Well, I'd like to see Sasha win, but Bianca's probably going to retain, so Bianca.
Okay.
Quick and easy, right to the point.
All right. Hey, Joe.
If this match happens.
Right, on your side, if this match does happen and stay on the card, what do you think?
This is going to be a very, very easy fight. No way Sasha Banks is winning. She's not going to win. And people believe that Sasha Banks, she has that faction going on between her and Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega. The same, I mean not Liv Morgan, my bad. I mean Carmella. Yeah, Carmella and Zelina Vega. So people believe there's that faction, that these ladies are the ones who are going to help Sasha Banks win at SummerSlam. Now this is the point. During SummerSlam, the same ladies, Zelina Vega and Carmella, will be the same ladies wasting Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks won't win, she's going to lose. Bianca retains. So Bianca wins the match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that they're still going to push Bianca quite a bit. Her popularity is not as high as you would hope it would be. Like, I mean, and I think some of it has to do with the fact that she is a baby face and stuff. And the same thing kind of happened with Bayley for a little bit until she kind of became kind of a biatch. And then when she kind of became a biatch, you kind of like respected her more for a champion instead of not liking her as a champion. Especially when she was doing the whole like fluffy, fruity, kind of like what Nikki ASH is doing. Like, oh, I have the waving arm guys, and right. I have the side ponytail, and I wear bright colors, and I'm so exciting, and I skip down to the ring, and all that stuff. Where, you know, back in the past, which I actually have watched old stuff, but it was more along the lines of WrestleMania pay-per-views and stuff when Travis and I first started being together. That's the only wrestling I ever watched. And like AJ Lee, I loved her because, and this is why, one, she was pretty good at wrestling, but her character was so funny because she was sweet and nice, but she was a fucking asshole at the same time. And to me, I think that's perfect. That's what you need. You need him to be, I'm so sweet and special, and look at me, I'm so nice and sweet, and then all of a sudden she slaps you in the face, you know, kind of thing. And Bianca is kind of getting to that point where they're kind of getting her character to be that way a little more, and I think that's going to work better for her. I get it that she's trying to be this, she's trying to be a role model, but the way Bayley pulled the role model thing was more of a sarcastic kind of way of saying I'm a role model kind of thing, where Bianca's trying to be all serious about it, and I think she's going the wrong direction, and I kind of see him kind of shifting her over more to where she needs to be more of a bitch. Like, she really does, and it's not a bad thing. People will like her more. I would like her more if she was a little bit more mean, and she does show it sometimes, you know, especially with this feud with Sasha. It is coming out a little bit more that they're kind of showing that part of her character, and I think that's good for her, because I think that's going to boost her championship, whatever you call it, yeah, charisma better. So I'm going to say that they're going to keep it on Bianca, and those are my reasons why I think they're going to keep it on Bianca. But I don't know if the stuff with Sasha is done, but because who else do they have? That's the other part.
Yeah, the women's division, they only have like 4 or 5 girls.
I mean, where is Toni Storm? You know, the whole Smackdown Women's Championship stuff. But anyways, I will stop talking. And Joe, how about in your chat? What are people saying? Who do they have? You know, being the champion.
Yeah, comments are coming through right there. Let me see where we are. Yes, High Division says, of course, he's talking about Nikki still. Jamin says Bianca, no debating. Christopher Hernandez says, of course, Bianca is going to retain. Thomas says Bianca will win. Greg Wright says Sasha wins. David says, of course, I am going for, of course, the new SmackDown Women's Champion. That is going to be Sasha Banks. Brandon Joseph, of course, Bianca. High Vision Writer says Becky Lynch will return on the track. Big, of course, on the track rig after, of course, Sasha Banks retains from Bianca Belair. C Nation Writer says, I think Bianca will retain the SmackDown Women's Championship title. Who else we got? Jonelle Jackson Writer says Bianca Belair, of course, beat Sasha Banks. Okay, where else are we? Clifton Wright, of course, Coleman says Bianca Belair for the win. So yes, there we go. Everybody going, of course, for Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair. Expect there's only one person, except one person here, that went with Sasha Banks. I don't know who it was. Oh yeah, it was Greg. Greg John went for Sasha Banks.
Cool. Well, at least somebody's in her corner. Just kidding. Christopher Hernandez in our chat just saying that Bianca will retain. So that's it. That's all we got. All right. So I guess quickly moving on here. We will talk about the next match that I have written down. This is not in any particular order, everybody. This is just how I wrote them down. The Raw Tag Team Championship. This is the men's, by the way. AJ Styles and Amos, who are the champions, versus Randy Orton and Riddle. All right, Joe, on this men's Raw Tag Team Championship, who's winning?
This is so easy, even of course. This is so easy, man. Even Travis knows the answer. He knows the answer, man. Of course, the Arcade Bros, man. The Arcade Bros.
They for a way hands down. There's just they are so popular right now. It's that they have to put the titles on. That's it.
Is that who you're going for too? Okay, well, that's who I want to win, let's put it that way. Not that I don't like Amos and AJ Styles, I really do. But they haven't really pushed them in front of people's faces that much to where, you know, I mean, and I think that it's great that AJ Styles is with Amos because I think it gives him a good mentor. Because AJ Styles is a really, really good wrestler, and I really like AJ Styles. Like, everybody thinks I hate wrestlers. I actually don't. There's a lot of wrestlers I like. They're just few and far between. And I've only really watched full-time wrestling for 2 years, so you got to give me a break. I don't have a 20-year background of wrestlers that I've watched. But I think that he's good for Amos, and I think that that's going to help Amos grow even more if they kind of keep him a little bit together even afterwards, to kind of give Amos more of individuality and having more singles matches. Because AJ Styles really isn't a tag team wrestler. He really isn't. He is a champion. He is a singles wrestler. He definitely isn't that type of person. And I think that, yeah, I think they're going to do the same thing with that and push Randy Orton and Riddle, especially with what happened, because even though Randy Orton gave Riddle the RKO out of nowhere, he went up and petted him on the head and just couldn't help but smile, you know, so so, you know, the sportsmanship is there, but I think Randy actually does deep down, even though, you know, it's part of his character and fun on WWE, right, respect Riddle for, you know, sticking in there. All right, Joe, on your side, who you got talking? What they saying?
Yo, I don't want to even read the comments, because what I am watching right now on the live chat, people are going crazy. Everybody's RK Bros. There's no one who's going for AJ Styles, and almost everybody's just saying RK Bros. So I'm not going to read the comments, because every person here is saying RK Bros. I'm not going to read the comment, guys. Everybody's going for RK Bros. No need of reading.
Are people saying that WWE is too predictable?
That is too easy.
that they're too predictable, that they go. Well, and the thing of it is, right, is this isn't. I mean, and yeah, this is like popularity off of like Twitter and stuff, and like, you know, the online world universe and everything. But it's also the fans. Like, what kind of a pop do they get when they see the fans jump up out of their seats when Randy Orton comes out? And Riddle just makes it fun.
Yep.
Because he's just a goofy guy, but he knows what he's doing. And he does a pretty good job. I'm not a huge Riddle fan, but I really like Randy Orton. And I like his character because he's that character, right? When I was talking about what they needed to kind of do with Bianca. He's that character where he can be kind of a good guy, but he's still a dick. And you still like him because he is. Because you need that, you know, and he's not really a heel and he's not really a face. He's kind of like, it kind of plays in between those two a lot of the time, and that's what makes Randy Orton such a good wrestler and such a good character, and why he's been in the business for so long and still can be a champion. And I think people forget that. You know, I mean, he hasn't left and then come back and been like, I'm going to be a champion. He's always been there and been like, okay, it's fine if I take a back seat. I'm fine with that. I will help these guys out. You know, I'll go on and so on and so forth. So I get the popularity. And I'm glad that WWE finally listened to the actual people in the audience, you know, screaming their heads off for something they want to see and not listening to what online stuff is. Because that's kind of where they went with a lot of stuff in the last, year, which is
right.
In our chat, the only person we got is Christopher Hernandez saying RK Bro winning, and I don't see anything from Vindicator, although he stepped in for a minute, predicting that we would be outside enjoying the fresh air again, and gave us some other predictions. He did throw out there, he says Bianca's going to win, and he's going with Edge winning, but he's also going with that Rhea is going to win on the Raw Women's Championship. But we know he's not a Charlotte Flair fan, so we know that, but I'm surprised he didn't go with Nikki ASH, but that's all right. The Botch guy says RK Bro, so I'm pretty sure that that's probably who he's going for. All right, so that's it. Okay.
The Botch guy, huh?
Yeah, the Botch guy.
Pretty big YouTuber.
Nice, the Botch guy.
Good to see him in here.
Yeah, we have also a C Nation Dog out there. Hey, how are you guys doing?
Thanks for joining
And
us.
also C Nation Dog is going with RK Bro will win. Sweet.
Good deal.
Yeah, that is a huge thing everybody is going for. So, all right, so following that.
Yeah, like someone was making a joke. Can you imagine we get to see Randy Orton and Riddle coming out with a scooter?
Get Randy Orton on a scooter.
Get Randy Orton on a scooter.
Wouldn't even be funnier if they even make this a tandem scooter. So
Okay.
it's one big long scooter with both
of them on there.
Like
and it has two handles.
They could even do one of those love montages, you know, like they're on the beach, but instead of on a tandem bike, they're on a tandem scooter.
Man, it will be crazy. It will be crazy. Like, people will be laughing, but at the same time,
Exactly.
it's fun.
Exactly. And that's what it is, right? It's entertainment. And that's what you want. They'll have some weird love song.
And the only explanation I can
Oh my
find
God.
is the love that I found every time you come around.
Jeez. Oh man, all right. Okay, we're gonna move on from this love match that Travis has going on. All right, so the next match that we're gonna talk about is gonna be another tag team championship, but this is the Smackdown one. And again, this is just the men's. There's no women's tag team championship this time around. So Smackdown tag team championship for the men, it's the Usos who are the champion versus the Mysterios. Oh, Travis.
The Usos.
The Usos.
They've got to end this. I mean, like, it's time.
It's time for
It's time
for the Mysterios to go off into the sunset.
Love the Usos. Time to move this family in a different direction.
Right?
Head to the table.
Right, Joe. What do you think? Who do you think's gonna win?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Mysterios, the Usos. I like what was going on between the Mysterios winning, of course, the tag team titles. But at this time, at this point, the Mysterios have no chance. I feel like right now WWE will try and deal with Dominic Mysterio as a single competitor to try and give him some single championship titles like the Intercontinental title. So they'll be looking for a different direction for Dominic right now because of the dad. You know, the dad is almost getting to retire. So they will start, you know, polishing and building up Dominic as a single competitor. So the Usos for the win on this one. The Usos retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
All right, yeah. I think so too. I am going to go with the Usos, but that's because I'm not a huge Well, Ray, I like Ray. He's okay, but
Rey Mysterio and his son.
I really don't like his son. So I will definitely say the Usos are going to retain on that one. All right, Joe, in your chat, who you got and what are they saying?
Okay, let me see who we got right here. Oh boy. Gee, let me see. Everybody's still talking about the Untitled, man. Like it's crazy.
Yes, they are. Everybody loves them ever much, which is great.
Why they need to be on top of the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at just kidding.
So I've got a comment coming through from Clifton. Clifton says the Usos for the win. Christopher Hernandez says the Usos are going to win. Clifton's like the Usos. Dominic, of course, going to turn on Ray. I don't see that. How he turn on his father? I don't think so. Dominic is not Charlotte Flair, so I don't see that.
Right.
Gregor John says Usos winning. David says the Usos will The Usos will retain. Okay. C Nation right there. James says the Usos. Jonelle Jackson says the Bloodline is going to win. And Dominic is going, of course, to turn on his father. Why is everybody thinking like that? Why? Why is everybody thinking like that?
Make it work.
Thomas right there says the Usos win. Hassan right there says Mysterious lose. So definitely Hassan is going for the Usos. Gregor's like show is too predictable, folks. Yeah, totally. A little bit of some are predictable, some are not. Thomas says time for Dominic, of course, to get his mask. Gregor right there. Still
They're going to turn him into a luchador.
So yes. Yeah. They want to turn him into the dad. Booyah.
Come on, guys. Let's just have Dominic be Dominic. Like, I think that's what needs to happen. He needs to prove himself as a wrestler without his daddy by his side, you know, and stuff like that. Not saying that Dominic needs to turn on his dad or anything.
So Ray loses. Dominic gets upset that they lost, and that slowly starts to divide.
Yeah.
Right. But not in the sense that he turns on him, but in the sense that he's like, I need to go off on my own, Dad. I need to do my own thing, Dad.
Exactly.
You never listen to me.
That's the only way. That's the only way.
You don't listen to me, Dad.
Listen to me, Guru.
You're always telling me what to do.
I'm like 19 years old. I can make my own choices.
And then this is the point you hear Mysterio. Listen to me, Guru.
Right?
Yeah.
Listen to me. You know you need me on this.
Yeah.
You need me.
You don't know
man.
everything, Dad.
Christopher Hernandez in our chat says the Usos. That's all we have for our predictions in our chat.
Usos.
But we do thank everybody else for hanging out with us. If you're hanging out in the background and wrestling, Gab, we appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Oh,
We do have OPM saying RK Bro. Awesome. Yes, thank you for being in our chat. If you are new to our chat and you're just hanging out in the background, subscribe to us. And if you know Joe the Best Wrestling TV, fantastic. If you do not, go over to his channel and subscribe to him.
We try to send everybody over to Joe the Best. He's trying to get to 2K.
Yeah, 2K. Come on, guys. Let's
And
help
he's
him
getting
out.
really close.
Really, really close. Oh.
I believe I'm hitting 2,000 subscribers this
Yeah.
month.
Nice. There you go. Throw that out there. That is the best way to look at it. All right. So, since I don't have anybody else in the chat talking, we're going to move on to the next match. And the next match we're going to talk about is the United States Championship. And this, of course, is Sheamus, the champion, versus Damien Priest. Joe, who do you think you got? What do you think is going to happen here?
As much as I feel like this is the moment of Damien Priest to become the United States champion, but I don't think he's the rightful guy right now to be the USA champion. So Sheamus will retain because we still, I believe, like there's something gonna happen with the United States Championship title. We're gonna be seeing Ricochet. We're gonna be seeing, of course, Humberto. So this point, Damien Priest winning the title, not a chance. According to me, that's according to me. I don't see Damien Priest having a chance of winning. So Sheamus, brogue kick.
Okay, how much I would love to see that, by the way, because I love Sheamus. I'm gonna go with Damien Priest. I feel like Damien Priest, it just looks like they're trying to go that route with it, and then they can do something with Damien Priest and The Miz and Morrison, but with the title that way. Maybe give Morrison a title shot.
Right.
And they haven't done anything with Morrison since he got there. And so that's the only reason I'm looking that direction. But I do see where Joe is going with his. But I'm gonna go with Damien, just so we don't guess everything the same.
Yeah. So
I'm not going to change my mind.
Yeah.
I still stay with Sheamus.
Yeah,
and I
don't
want
change your
Sheamus
mind.
to win. If Sheamus wins, I will jump up and down.
Travis will jump up and down and be excited.
I'm more than happy to lose this one.
Yes. So. I'm trying to think how they've been playing this out here.
Damien's been doing a lot more with Miz and Morrison than anybody else.
That's true, he has. And the only reason why he got involved in this stuff with Sheamus was because of Ricochet and Humberto.
Right.
Especially because of Humberto. That was it. I kind of think that I'm going to go along the lines of Joe, and I'm going to go that Sheamus is going to retain.
Oh, I hope he does. I hope you guys are right.
Yes.
And just because
Yes.
and it's not because, like, one, I think that Damien Priest needs to be there a little bit more and do a little bit more, because he did get an injury and he just came back again.
I agree.
And stuff to get a championship, but they are pushing him towards championships. That I don't mind, but I just feel like it's too soon to just give him that championship, especially since Sheamus, he did get his nose broke by Humberto. He has, he wasn't really gone from the championship. He's made sure he's there. Like, even though he got his nose broke, he literally got something to put on his face to protect it, and he's been out there defending it.
Right.
So I don't think that is a cursory act to say, well, you can't do anything, so we're getting rid of you, kind of stuff. So I'm gonna go that Sheamus is gonna retain on that one. So, all right, Joe, in your chat, what do you got? What are people saying in your chat?
Before I read the chat, I just want to remind Travis something. Like, one thing, Travis, you need to know on Damien Priest not winning the United States Championship title is because the Miz, he won't forget the embarrassment that Damien Priest put to him by pushing him all the way to the, that kind of, how do they call it? The small, sort of like with water.
Oh, the drip sticks?
Yes. Not the dripstick, like the one that the Miz fell on. You remember the one the Miz fell on it? Like,
the little what? The pool?
during the segment on Monday
Right,
Night Raw?
yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
the little pool
yeah.
that he fell in.
Yeah, the little kiddie pool.
Yeah, so that will make the Miz not forget, and maybe the
Yes.
Miz might interfere with
Yes,
John
and that
Morrison.
that looks
make
like
him
what they
lose.
were doing. So
Yeah. So we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see how
I'm
that works
okay with
out.
Sheamus winning, guys.
Right.
I really do want Sheamus to win. I just feel like Damien
He's being the
was the guy
antagonist.
they were
this time.
pushing in that direction.
Well, and it is. I mean, they are kind of pushing him towards that. I just think it might be too soon if they pulled the trigger now. I mean, it's fine if they do it down the road, but,
Yeah, but then we get a Miz in a United States Championship match.
I don't know if it would. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, all right, Joe, in your chat, what are people saying for their predictions on that one?
Okay, let me see, where did I stop? Okay, let me just search, because still people are talking about, now people are talking about the Mysterios. So I'm gonna check. Okay, there we go. Christopher Fernandez says, of course, Damien Priest winning. Javen, Damien Priest winning. Clifton says Damien Priest winning. Brandon just says Damien Priest hands down. Thomas says Sheamus will win. Davis, of course, Damien Priest will be the new United States champion. Clifton says Damien Priest. Gregor John Wright, of course. Clifton says Damien. Hassan says Sheamus is done. He's finished. Damien wins. Jonelle Jackson says my boy Damien, of course, wins, has to win right there. Thomas says Damien is still, of course, stuck in the comedy stick. C Nation Wright, of course, says I think Damien Priest will retain. Will retain? How is he going to retain and he's not even a champion? I guess you're trying to mean that Damien Priest is going to win. Okay. Let me see how the comments are coming in through. So definitely everybody's going for. Javen Wonder says, nah, Sheamus wins, never mind. I don't know why Javen changed his mind. Maybe he changed his mind because of my explanation, maybe. But everybody's going for Damien Priest. Everybody's going for Damien Priest to become the new United States champion. Only I can see Javen who changed his mind, and Thomas. They are going for Sheamus for the win.
We have Christopher Hernandez, of course, in our chat also, and he said Damien Priest is going to win the U.S. title. And then we have Gage Mitchell out there. Hey, Gage, how's it going, man? Says, I got Sheamus to win. So Gage in our chat's going with Sheamus. So, interesting. Yes. Let's throw a wrench in it and have Sheamus win. I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. All right, so we're going to go with the last two matches of the SummerSlam pay-per-view. And they're, of course, the big championships, right? So the first one we're going to talk about, we're going to do the WWE Championship. That's Bobby Lashley, the champion, versus Goldberg. Travis.
Bobby Lashley. I don't see Goldberg winning this one. But will somebody else walk out with Money in the Bank? Can Corbin cash in here? I mean,
since he stole it.
Corbin stole the thing. I think it might be too early for a cash in because the real owner of the briefcase doesn't even have the briefcase.
Right.
But it would be fantastic. Can you imagine Corbin cashes it in, wins the title, but doesn't actually own the briefcase? And what kind of
drama would that bring?
What is the fallout of something about like this? I don't know. I think it would be fantastic. And Corbin's been on both shows for a while. Like, so it wouldn't be that far-fetched.
Right.
I just like to add that little bit of a drama, that little bit of a rumor in there. But anyways, I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley walking out with the championship.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Joe? What do you think is going to happen?
Wait a second. My dog is here. Hey, what's up? Just go play there. Go play there. Go play there. I'm busy. I'll come later. So yes, like I was saying, Bobby Lashley versus Goldberg. I'm not a big fan of old bag, so I'm gonna go with my boy Bobby because I want to see Brock versus Bobby since CM Punk is in AEW. So Vince is gonna wake up, of course, from his mindset, and he's gonna put that match now. He's gonna make it happen.
Awesome. So I actually want Bobby Lashley to win too. So I want him to retain the title. I think he makes a really great champion. I'm glad that they finally put him in a champion spot because it's shown that he can pull it off and be in that position and do a really good job at it.
It's about time.
And it's about time. Yeah, it's about time they put somebody like that in that type of situation. So I'm glad that they did. I really don't have anything else to say about it. So Joe, in your chat, what are people talking about?
On the chat right here, I can see comments are coming through. Let me see. Christopher Hernandez says Bobby Lashley is going to win. Clifton says Bobby Lashley wins. David says Bobby Lashley will win. Of course, retain. Thomas Wright says Old Bag win. Then Big, of course, cashes in. And on Old Bag, okay. Jerry says Bobby Lashley wins. Brown is like the destroyer, Bobby Lashley. Gregor Jones says Goldberg wins. And Big, of course, steals it back and wins the title. Hassan says Big, of course, cashing in on Lashley. Jonelle Jata says give me Bobby Lashley for the win. Thomas Ryder says that could be, of course, cool if Corbin cashes in. Though that could, would, of course, be a great storyline. Gregor Ryder says, of course, oh, okay. Yeah, so everybody here, not really everybody, but most people I can see they're going with Bobby Lashley for the win. And a few people are just putting in, of course, that Goldberg might win, then Biggie cashes in, or maybe Baron Corbin, whoever's going to be having the briefcase.
Sure, yeah, I can see that. All right. On our side, we just have Christopher Hernandez saying not Goldberg, Bobby will win. Gage says Goldberg has been a dominant champion. He is going to retain tonight. And we also have You Know the Deal in our chat. Hey, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Bobby wins in a squash match, and then Lesnar comes out and challenges him on the spot.
There you go.
Predictions. Love it. Boldness. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Point. Bobby Lashley wins. Brock Lesnar. We hear that. And everybody like, oh,
everybody freaks out.
I will jump on the table.
And they'll be like, it's Brock!
Man, come on, bro.
Lesnar!
I know all the WWE fans right now, are prepared for SummerSlam to just make pops than what happened for CM Punk. Like that is what WWE fans are going to be trying to do.
Yep.
On
Yeah, they're going to, hopefully they're expecting it. Like they're like, okay, we're anticipating that this is going to happen. So let's hope there is no disappointment, because if it's a disappointment, people are going to be pretty like not happy about that.
True. So it's either they give us Brock Lesnar. You can imagine they give us Brock Lesnar the same night. They give us Becky Lynch at the same night. How good or how awesome will that be for SummerSlam?
Yeah, exactly. It would be really good, and it probably would push them over the top of it being way more exciting and the better off for a pay-per-view than anything else. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. That's for sure. All right, last.
Or even Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
and you never know.
Bray would show up, I'm sure.
He might be in the
Yep, exactly. All right, well, last but not least, this is the last match that was on the card. Of course, as everybody knows out there, the match card is subject to change. Things can happen. People get hurt. People get sick. Whatever. Things can happen. But the last one we're going to talk about is the Universal Championship. And this, of course, is Roman Reigns, head of the table, your champion, versus John Cena. We've seen this going back and forth for a few weeks now with John Cena and him talking. There's smack out there on Smackdown. All right, Joe. Who do you think's going to win this?
I know.
Come on, man. You already know. You already know who
John Cena, we know.
Yes, we know it's John Cena. We know you love him. We know you have every single point of his, you know.
I ain't born onto. I am not born into
fandoms.
So I can't be a fan.
You're like, I go to cons, I go to wrestling cons, and I totally dress up as John Cena. I love it. You can't see me.
Man, Roman Reigns is going to win. As simple as that. One thing, they give us a spoiler for Roman Reigns winning. The promo that he did cut, of course, on Smackdown. Like, anybody who reasons, anybody who has an incredible mindset, how do you think Roman is going to lose and leave WWE?
That was fantastic. That promo that they cut.
It's impossible. But I understand some people will choose John Cena because people will say that right now Vince McMahon is going to think of just giving John Cena to become a 17-time champion to maybe blow up also the ratings for them, or trying to build up that kind of viewership back. You know what I mean? To try and make people forget about CM Punk. So I don't know. But Roman Reigns is winning. I'm 100% Roman Reigns is taking the victory.
I'm going to go 100% with Roman Reigns also. Although, you know, that the promo that they did, guys, was off the chain. So when John Cena was talking, he was actually talking about what CM Punk did.
Oh yeah.
So he was what he was saying is what CM Punk did when he left WWE. So if you actually listen to what John Cena says and then watch CM Punk's farewell stuff, when he like gets on the barricade and he steps over and he throws up a gesture and then leaves, that's what John Cena was talking about. That's what he's gonna do. And you know, Roman, I wasn't sure if Roman was catching on to what he was actually saying, but it was fantastic. But anyways, I think it's gonna be a great match because John Cena can flat out wrestle. I mean, he can carry people that are horrible at wrestling, and obviously Roman's not horrible at wrestling. So it's just going to be a great match. It's going to be a great storyline, and it's going to have a great conclusion with Roman Reigns winning.
Right. Yeah. Most likely. I'm guessing that they're going to keep the championship on Roman. I mean, he's a hot commodity. Why wouldn't they? He's a cash cow at this point, and they're not going to change the cash cow.
You can also leave with the championship and not win.
Yes.
This isn't a no disqualification.
Right, exactly. Like there could always be something that happens where, but he'll retain his championship. Whether he wins the match or not, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right now, I'm sure everybody has forgotten about Finn Balor.
Who's that guy?
Right? Everybody right now has forgotten about Finn Balor because Finn Balor was in the picture frame of facing Roman Reigns. John Cena stole the contract. He signed on it. Instead of Finn Balor, you think like Finn Balor is gonna sit backstage, forget about it. If they want to make John Cena look strong or even more tough, and people like blame it like, oh, you know what, John Cena would have won it if it was a clean match, it's because of Finn Balor. is gonna cost John Cena big time. Same way John Cena cost Finn Balor
Right.
the contract.
It definitely work. They
Yeah.
can pull it off.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure they can. So in your chat, is everybody going for Roman, or some people out there going for John?
Yeah, we got a lot of John Cena
Yeah.
fans here, so not everybody here is gonna go for Roman. Let me see.
I just have to pick which one I like the least.
Jonelle Jackson says Roman Reigns for the win. Christopher Hernandez, of course, Team Reigns for the win. Thomas, of course, we all know Roman will win. They already, of course, gave it away. David says, of course, gotta go, of course, for my boy John Cena, new champion. Okay. Clipper says, I want John Cena, of course, to win. Of course, so bad, but I know Roman Reigns, of course, will win. Gregor says, of course, no Balor on the show. Gregor Ryder says Cena wins for C Nation. Okay. Thomas Ryder says Cena wins. James says, so the reason Roman wins is because AEW just, of course, divided CM Punk, and WWE must compete with that. And if Roman loses, he might, of course, go to AEW, and WWE will, of course, lose.
Oh wow! I love it.
Who is even
Roman's
thinking like
Roman's on his
man?
way to AEW.
Every day, every day. No matter who they are, if they
What?
lose, they're fucking going to AEW, and then they're fucking quitting. And they're just like, I'm out, fucking out.
Like, this is the problem. Any superstar who like is released, it's AEW. So Roman Reigns, if he loses, okay, now we're
He's like, I'm done.
AEW, and all the fans are like, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns. Come on,
They
man.
just quit. They just up and quit. Like, I'm done with this shit. I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm going to
I'm packing
AEW.
my table up.
They
and I'm
totally
leaving.
treat me better. Whatever. It's cute.
Hassan, I can see a comment from Hassan. Hassan saying, I say John Cena wins, and Roman Reigns, of course, refuses to leave. Thomas Wright says, yeah, Finn Balor, of course, will interfere. Hassan says, I want, of course, Roman Reigns to win, but I think this will happen. James, of course, if you think, of course, about it from your business perspective, if Roman loses, WWE, of course, loses
Yes.
ratings. Okay, that is true. Very, very true.
He's a
No
cash
lie
cow.
about that. Very, very true. So it's better John Cena.
Although John
Huh?
Cena is the one guy that if he lost to, I don't think he would lose that much, because they could do a lot with it. They're going to gain the fans that they're losing for Roman with the John Cena.
Right. And I guess, even if he did, he just had it for a little while, and Roman, got it back really quickly or something, I don't think would be such a bad, horrible thing. But
They took it off Brock Lesnar with Goldberg and then put it back on Brock at WrestleMania.
right.
I mean, it's happened
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. And stuff like that, but I don't know if they, and it works for Brock and that's fine, but I'm not sure if you could pull that with Roman. It'd be, not that he would lose fans or lose popularity or
He
anything
has to
like
lose
that.
at some point. He can't win forever.
He can't. He has to. But, who's it going to be to? And I get John Cena,
The Rock.
he's popular. Right? You would want it to be that person, right? I'll show you who the fucking head of the table really is, you little bitch. You know what I mean? Come on. You pansy-ass little bastard.
I also feel like
You were
like
in diapers when
The
I...
Rock is the only person who's gonna
Right.
defeat Roman.
Right.
But in reality, to put Roman over and make him the head of the next generation is when he wrestles The Rock, he's got to beat
Yeah.
The Rock too.
Yeah.
So therefore, nobody can beat him. Unless they do that feud where The Rock beats him for the title, and then he beats The Rock back on the big stage or something. I don't
Right.
know. I don't know how they pull that off.
Yeah, like the same thing that happened with John Cena and
Yeah.
The Rock. You remember? At WrestleMania, was it WrestleMania
Yeah.
2021?
It was two in a row. Yeah.
23?
I don't remember which ones it was.
Yeah. They both main evented the same WrestleManias this year, like for example this
Yes.
year and
Mhm.
next year, It was that one.
Huh.
It was crazy. So like The Rock won the first one, then John
Yes.
Cena won the second. So that might happen between Roman Reigns
Yeah.
and The Rock.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. You got any more predictions over there, Joe? In your chat?
Yeah, Easton right there says John Cena will win and break the record. What? I want you the best. Let me see. Joe, do you think that the fans are going to... Edwin Brand says, Joe, do you think that the fans are going to boo both John Cena as a face and Roman Reigns as a heel? It's not gonna happen, man. These are WWE fans.
I
Why
don't
will
think
they
anybody's
boot
gonna be
both of them? It's
They're
not
gonna
gonna
cheer for
hard.
both.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be really booing. And if there's booing, you're not going to hear it. Like, there's going to be so much cheering because they both have such a huge fan base that it's just insane. There's no way.
Jojo. David says, John Cena, my man. Seth White, of course, Seth freaking Rollins. White says, Damien, are you, of course, ready for destruction? I am good, of course. Okay. Thomas as well. They did drop the ball with, of course, The Undertaker at WrestleMania, but then, of course, Brock beat him. They could, of course, drop the same with Roman Reigns. Wow. Okay. Makes sense. But I don't see that happening. Gregor says, like Seth, man, of course, everyone says you're losing tonight. What do you think? Joshua says John Cena and Edge will win. That is from Joshua. Yes.
Okay. All right, we only have a few. So, Christopher Hernandez says Team Reigns for the win, of course. And, you know, the deal wants to throw out a dream booking. That would be Cena finally goes heel, Paul Heyman turns on Roman, and then Cena wins the belt. Gage Mitchell says, I say Big E might attempt to cash in, but if not, I got Roman Reigns.
Big E don't have the briefcase.
He would have to get it back from Baron Corbin somehow, which technically could happen during pre-show stuff, blah, 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 that kind of antic, which I did throw in here some other stuff about that. Walter is in our chat again. His tennis got rained out, so he's in for just a second giving us his predictions. He's going for John Cena for the win. He wants Goldberg to win. He says that if Reigns loses, he's gone from WWE. And he's going with Edge will win. He is going for all the old men to win, which is fantastic. Walter, I respect you very much. Much love, man. Anyway, so I'm going to throw out there something. The 24/7 championship. I feel like they're going to do something with this. Do we want to throw out any little predictions of what's going to happen with Reginald? And we've got R-Truth in it, and we have Tozawa. We haven't really seen a lot of other guys, but that was their biggest like little goof thing they did not too long ago. The last week or something they did. Oh, hey, this happened earlier tonight. They were in some park or something,
playing in the trees, yeah.
and Tozawa was a trash can, and R-Truth was playing a bush. And they tried to attack him, but he jumped away and got away. So do you think this is something they're just going to throw out in the middle of one of these weird matches that we have? Or do you think that's going to be something on the pre-show?
I think that's going to happen in the kickoff show. Like, we want to see R-Truth, man. We want to see R-Truth, the craziness with him, with Tozawa. And Reginald still doing, of course, his high jumping skills here and there. Like, basically, you know, it's going to happen in the kickoff show.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that happening. But it's not going to happen like a match, but it's just going to happen like that drama. You know, like when we have Booker T, we have, of course, right there, what's her name? That lady. Her name is
Kayla Braxton. I call her Toasty Marshmallow. Because she looks like a toasty marshmallow.
Yes. You see, like that's
she's just adorable.
Right, you already know that squad that does
adorable
the kickoff show. So that whole squad right there on the kickoff show. Then we see R-Truth maybe passing in front of them, kind of distracting, running, chasing after Reginald. So sort of like a drama.
And that's kind of what I was wondering. That's why I was throwing it in there, just to see, not really a match, but just something to do with the 24/7 championship. And you know, if that happens, do you think that Reginald's going to be able to retain? You're saying you want R-Truth to get it back. So what do you think, Charles? Do you think that it's gonna they're gonna pop it back onto R-Truth, or do you think they're gonna have Reginald keep it for a while longer?
It could change hands 3 times, but I think Reginald walks away at the end of the night with the 24/7 title.
So throughout the whole night, throughout SummerSlam, it can happen multiple times, which it can, right? Because they don't always just, you know, during matches, sometimes they take a break and do other things. That it's going to happen throughout the night for this, and that Reginald's going to end up with it at the
Reginald
end.
walks away with the championship.
Okay. Do you want to stick with R-Truth on yours, Joe, that you think that R-Truth is going to come out with it at the end, or do you think that it's going to go right back into Reginald's hands at the end of the night? Like, at the end of, like, all of the SummerSlam pay-per-view, let's say.
I'm going to agree with Travis. Reginald is going to be the one still having the title.
I'm going to say that, too.
But it might have changed.
I'm going to say that, too, and the only reason why is because he makes it very entertaining also. Like, R-Truth, when Carmella was with him, made it so fucking hilarious that you wanted to watch it. Like, and it wasn't so much of a joke, but it was entertaining. And I think that's what Reginald's kind of bringing back to it. It's not really a joke, but it's kind of entertainment.
Yep.
And I think that's what we need, is this laughy, funny thing that's happening. And R-Truth does a really good job of being that person that helps out with that, because that's just kind of his character, and I think it's great that he does it. So yeah, but I think Reginald at the end of this, at the pay-per-view, like the whole end of it, that he's gonna have it still. If that happens. This is just like me, like throwing it in there, because sometimes they throw that in there for pay-per-views, and so I wanted to kind of be like, well, I wonder if this happens.
R-Truth's gonna be in heaven anyways, because his childhood favorite wrestler.
He's got it. R-Truth has to be there because John Cena's there. Yeah. That is his childhood his childhood wrestler. He loves John Cena. He grew up watching John Cena. Even though R-Truth is older than John Cena.
He's about 10 years older.
I was thinking he was in wrestling before John Cena was. He cracks me up. You know, he can't see me.
No, but I think like R-Truth is always trying to make fans of something, but I don't still get it. But he's always trying to make fun of something, because everybody knows a lot of kids are fans of John Cena, and it's the same kind of sort of thing R-Truth is trying to put in. But we just don't get it that much. We just love the joke because he's much more older than John Cena. But he says that he grew up watching John Cena.
He's his favorite wrestler. He's a big fan. It's his favorite wrestler. It's cute. I love it. All right. Walter did throw out there he thinks R-Truth is gonna do it. Walter's also wanting to say that Banks is gonna be our new champion. And Ansi Conscious TZ is in the chat. Thanks for being with us, Ansi. Saying John Cena.
Make sure you're subscribing.
The championship of the Universal Champion. Yes.
Give us a like.
All right, everybody. Well, that was the whole
TV.
10 actual matches that are technically on the match card. Again, we all know that with WWE and any other pay-per-view or any other company, the match card is always subject to change. So if these change, or something, our predictions are kind of null and void. But these are what we know is happening as of before I started the prediction show, and that's what we're going with. Like, there has been some talks and some stuff that the Women's Smackdown Championship might not happen, but we don't know for sure because we haven't really seen Sasha Banks for a while. But anyways, so that's it on my side. I don't really have a lot of other things happening. Joe, you want to say anything hi to your peeps, or are you good, or good?
Yeah, all I want to tell, of course, Joe Best fans is go to Wrestling Gap, give them a like, subscribe, and of course, turn on the notification bell, man. You get notified when they're live. So yes, as usual, they're also aiming for 2,000 subscribers. But you guys are aiming also for the 2K, or are you aiming for the 15?
Yeah. We're gonna go for 30.
We're just glad right now that we have 1K.
It took us like 8 years to get to 1K, so.
Over exaggeration.
Those last like 4 months took forever.
That's true, they did. It was crazy. But we do appreciate each and every one of them, that's for sure. Oh, that is a crazy thing. But yeah, and on our side, if you're hanging out in our chat and you're not over watching Joe, make sure and go subscribe to him. He's hoping for his 2K and he wants it to happen tonight. So
yeah,
tell your friends,
Impact
tell your
or NXT,
family.
He's doing all that.
And
New Japan Pro Wrestling the other day.
Yes, he does a lot more than us. And Joe, are you going to be doing the NXT takeover tomorrow? Okay, there you go, guys.
Of course, I gotta do it.
Yeah, I figured you would, but I didn't want to just throw it out there and put you under the bus if you weren't. So if you guys want to watch along for the NXT Takeover pay-per-view, please go to Joe Best Wrestling TV's YouTube channel. He will be doing that. We will not. We are going to not be doing NXT. So hopefully nothing too exciting happens and we miss out or something. All right,
fantastic.
I think we're good. That's everything.
Great show, guys. And we appreciate every one of you.
Yes. Thank you so much. All right. I think we're good on our side. I don't have anybody new in our chat, so. Are you good to go, Joe?
Yeah, I'm also good on my side. And like usual, good night, good morning, depending on your time zone, wherever you are. See you for SummerSlam show. Of course, here tonight we're going to be going live. Same thing with Wrestling Gap. They're also going to be doing, of course, the live reaction right there, of course, for SummerSlam. Woo! So you can always be twisting in, going there and here, just having that fun going on. So yeah, stay tuned. Shout out to everybody, man. Thank you for the love.
And 7 p.m. Eastern time, guys. That's the start time in the States. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here about 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right. Bye, guys.